Alright, we just wrapped up with the second mission of Canny Valley, please hold, after losing the recorded footage for the first one, because I'm an idiot. So let's continue with road trip. Kick off the Thunder Road 99 road trip with some exploration, visit a diner, a motel, a gas station, and a truck stop. Can only be completed in a Thunder Road 99 zone. So we need to visit a diner, a motel, a gas station, and a truck stop. Sounds easy enough? So there is no specific zone for this one, so we basically just need to find a Thunder Route. Power 46 Canny Valley. What are my other options? Rescue the survivors. Eliminate and collect. That might be the one that I actually want to do. Take. Oh yeah, we also have research from the previous mission, so I can go and grab any of these things that I've picked up during the previous mission, and I can just have it, you know? So you just literally click, convert, and now I have a schematic for a Power 49 shotgun. That's kind of cool because it's a great way for new players and anyone progressing through the game to get schematics for items that they don't already have, especially the amount of things you can just find with the purple and gold birds and animals, storm chests, regular chests, progression, just random things you find in a chest, like I think this came from. That being said, let's focus on our main quest here. So, first things first, I want to, now that I'm distracted for a second time, level up both my Ramirez and my base Kyle. Ran out of XP. Alright, now that I'm actually distraction free now, let's focus on our main quest road trip. So it did say that this has to be a Thunder Road zone, so we have a couple of options here that are all Thunder Road, as it says right there. And I'm thinking the Ride the Lightning might be the easier choice because unlike the Rescue the Survivors or the Eliminate and Collect, I don't have as much of a time limit. And unlike Eliminate and Collect, which actually never mind, that's probably not even an important thing to bring up. I'm just gonna do the Ride the Lightning because it is gonna give me a lot more time to explore since I already do have to find an objective item and blue glow in it anyways. So I'll have lots of free time to find what I need. And despite the fact that my appearance is not changing, I am using the base Kyre loadouts with these two defenders alongside me. Right away, my defenders are already shooting at something. Okay, so apparently, is this part of a new update? Are they like with this thing that just lights up the location of my objective? Because I've never seen that before. And I know this game did just get an update, and I haven't even read the patch notes. So, okay, so we already have our van location. And I guess, okay, so that counts as the gas station.
Can I say that I can't believe we're actually doing this? I've always dreamed of going on a road trip. I've read every road trip
I'm surprised that counted as a gas station.
listened to every wistful song about hazy black ribbons of concrete and lonely stretches of the untamed unknown. It's like
I think I see both our truck
so
stop and our diner back there.
But here I am, face to face with an actual gas station. Burn bright, you beacon of hope. You purveyor of sweaty, spinning hot dogs, rolling endlessly on to glory!
Man, Ray's really excited about gas station hot dogs.
The noble truck stop. Man, this takes me back. I always like talking to fellow travelers. Vacationers, long-haul truckers, criminals on the lam, grifters. All bonding over industrial-grade brown gravy and weak old coffee. Oh, good times. I wonder if we'll ever see one open up for business again.
At the rate we're destroying trucks? No. But at the rate we're pushing back the door, who knows?
Okay, and our diner was just over there, I think. That's probably going to count as a diner. I'd be surprised if it didn't. And it did.
Route 99. Enduring history. Just think of all those drifters looking into the distant horizon and seeing nothing but opportunity ahead of them.
They said onward to the future, but first, snaps and makeup.
Oh, we gotta get the full road trip experience. That means diners. That means motels with names like Traveler's Rest or The Weary Wanderer. That means gas stations.
Fill her up, my good man. I've always wanted to say that, and it was exactly as great as I imagined.
And so the only thing that I'm noticing here is that I don't seem to have a motel. Unless whatever that building is will count as one, which I don't think it will. No, this most certainly was not a motel. And I'm not seeing one anywhere. So I might have to just kind of cut this one as a loss. Let me build up real quick just to confirm.
I'm not sure about this plan.
We do have some other dialogue that might have been going on from a different and unrelated quest. And I'm going to pay no attention to that whatsoever. What are these for? Oh, it's a daily quest. Okay, sure. I don't even know. I had no clue. So, how about let's just try to find... Man, I'm still not seeing a motel. I was a little more confident going into this than how I am right now. Okay, attempt number 5. Let's just find a motel and get out of here. So, welcome to Rescue the Survivors. This is no longer This is no longer even the same mission type, but it is still a Thunder Road zone, and I'm hoping to just be able to find a motel and be on my way. Will this count as a motel? No, it doesn't. Doesn't surprise me. I should really just be focusing on finding the motel first, because if I don't find it, then this is just a waste of my time.
Check your memory.
I'm very curious if this building will count as a motel. I don't think it will, because it's actually not a motel. No, it didn't count. That might be a motel. Do I have a sniper? Wait. That actually might be one. There it is. We've had multiple attempts of just jumping in and leaving, jumping in and leaving through Thunder Route 99 zones. And finally, we actually have our motel. I just need to go over to it. And there's our motel. It was surprisingly difficult to find this.
Back when Steel Wool was just getting started, all 4 of us used to
Okay.
squeeze into one room to save money.
Oh, play fast and loose with a fire code. Classic Steel Wool. Things must have gotten pretty tense, right?
Nah, back then it was all about the music and the science. Carlos would spend most nights up on the van tracking celestial bodies. Not a euphemism. Sit'd have his nose some dusty field manual, and I've been doing my thing.
What about Anthony?
Wandering off and causing trouble. How do you know about him? Oh, yeah, I was talking to the president of the Steel Wool Fan Club.
There was some drama in the fandom, and I chose to step down. I was not impeached, and anyone who says so is a liar.
Okay, now that we actually do have all that, we can just leave the mission and it will be considered as a success. However, I actually do enjoy playing the missions. And since we do also have, this very helpful beacon that just lights up our mission objective locations, I do want to just, actually experience it, get a sense of like how I feel about having something that's just telling me exactly where to go for my objective. And so far, I think it's going to be great, especially for the tropical zones and the other like tropical and like autumn foothill zones where for some reason it's very hard to find your objectives. And this is a location that I actually think is going to be pretty easy to build for. That being said, I wish I was actually still using a constructor loadout because I prefer using a constructor for solo defense missions. However, I think I'll just try to make it work. This does mean I can't really do a build where I have enemies just attacking the walls and dying exactly where that is. So I'm going to have to rely a bit more on actual like trap tunneling and building. I don't mind. I enjoy doing that. Let's start with our build around the van. Nothing crazy. Okay, so as I'm not a constructor, I do have to rely on building a bit more cleverly with trap tunnels and whatnot. Okay, maybe if these two didn't need to follow me so goddamn closely to get in the way of everything that I'm building, that would be fantastic. You can stay there. You can wander closer to what I'm trying to get you away from. Stay over there.
Nope.
Okay. Uh, that. That. And then. I don't think I'm going to use these. Just going to place that for the sake of using it. Some of these traps are quite low level, so they're not going to be benefiting me much, if at all, here. So I'm going to recycle those. And kind of from now, in Canny Valley and onwards, I think I need to be focusing a lot more on using my own traps and not just using the things that I find. Especially as some of these are so old, like, they don't even have perks on them. This is from before the game was actually, like, automatically applying perks to the random traps that you get. Which does make me want to recycle a lot of these, so then I can actually get some new things that will have perks on them. And now we have to kind of focus on over here. We could kind of build around here because it's a much more narrow area, but then we also have to expect that we have enemies that will change their directions later on. So that might not be a great idea to focus entirely on how they are right now. Clear that mimic. Man, those still didn't even get perks on them. So we are going to build like that. For no reason at all, honestly. And, now you know what? I'll actually build from, like, here. And if the spawns, like, change, I will just try to make it work. I'm gonna really regret a lot of what I'm doing here if the spawns change in a way that will affect my ability to continue with this build design. But let's pretend that's not a possibility, just so then I don't have to think about that too much. And I'm going to just kind of get very sloppy creative, which means just placing whatever I think is a good idea without actually thinking about the logistics behind it, so to speak. And there we go. A lot, like, I'm gonna leave this wall without a trap because unless it becomes necessary later, which I don't think it will. So if, let's say, an enemy gets through here, it's likely that from here they can just be pushed down here just to get rid of them. And that is just to, you know, give the walls a little bit of something to not be defenseless. Over here, enemies shouldn't be able to reach there unless they're given any specific assistance on getting to that. What I'm doing over here isn't even necessary. That just occurred to me. I have no idea what the defenders are shooting at, but it's probably a singular husk, and they're just missing every shot. That was very presumptuous of me to assume that it's that, but I mean, I don't know. They're spending a lot of ammo and not hitting anything. I did assign them to stay in that spot, or those areas rather, just because I didn't want them following me the entire time, because they would just get in the way of all the building. I would prefer, like, if a defender system was just the defender pads, where I could just assign them to specific places where they're not going to be out there, but this is the only thing I can really think of to make them useful. And I didn't grab blue glow. Okay, I now actually obtained some blue glow. I don't know why I never have the foresight to do that, even when I'm playing on my own. Let's start our first wave. I have actually been kind of curious about going back to like a playstyle like this, where, I mean, obviously this isn't the right loadout for what I'm trying to do, but something where it's like I already have my defenses set up, and then I'm just kind of sniper support, you know, further back towards where the objective actually is, like what I'm doing right now. Because, you know, I did this like a long time ago for a while, where I used a lot of sniper rifles, and I was just kind of hanging back and just firing at a ranged distance. And I kind of do like this style. You know, your other like support thing aside from having a sniper would be a rocket launcher or any other explosive weapon. So when you see the smashers or bigger enemies, you can just switch your rocket launcher and try to destroy them with that. Speaking of smashers, nice one, idiot. I didn't even realize I wasn't close enough for that. Here, let's just try to kill him as quickly as possible now. And while we're at it, let's just try to shred through some other enemies that might be out here. I don't even know how he revived. I think our defenders are getting like shredded up, I guess, with the husks, but that's also what happens when I can't keep them somewhere further away and let them attack at a distance. So I'm just kind of leaving them to hang out in the very forefront of the like spawns. Oh crap. Okay, that surprisingly worked. Okay, and in terms of a spawn change, they are now coming from, it's like up here.
Switch when you're ready.
Okay, let's see. Well, it doesn't look like they're even... No, I don't even see a benefit for them to even try to go this way, so I want to see if I can block this off. Then again, I mean, I don't notice the things that I think Husks probably notice about everything. So let's try to see if I can just block that off, leaving their main path to be through here, whether they're coming from up there or up there. Let's place a wall there. Have you seen anything dumber than this? Probably not. Is this going to work? I hope so. I'm not very confident, but I'm just trying to build like an idiot and just see how it goes for me. I could do a lot more, especially with like this area. However, I think this should be fine. I am going to go and find my defenders, both of them. And you grab all these things that are left over from the previous wave. And I want to have my defenders moved over to there as well. Actually, I would love to have one of them up here. If any of you would like to not just walk through the walls and actually come up here, that would be super cool. I'm assuming that won't happen, so let's just... they are inside the floors. Okay then, that's fine. I hope they're not stuck there, because that would suck. I don't know if I had one of them set just on defend, which could possibly keep them stuck there. Oh well, I don't even care. Go ahead and start our second wave. They are primarily, no, only coming from east side, which is better than if they were coming from here and like up there. And it does look like both of these defenders might just be stuck in the floor unless they manage to rescue themselves. However, they are still shooting. Wait, they are still shooting and still actually hitting enemies. So that is pretty cool. And our level 4 loot and other mission rewards here. Survivor XP, which is very good because we do need that.
That's all it takes to hit the open road.
All systems go for a journey of self-discovery. Crank
That's my daily
Being
quest
on
for
a
the
journey
arcade
of
machines.
discovery sounded real great on paper, but so far I've discovered that I'm really
I think
sad right
that's,
now.
I don't even know what that's for.
Commander, I think it's time I face facts here. I know we saw Dr. Vinderman's message, and I know it means he's gone, but he's my best friend. I don't want him to be gone. I think I have to say goodbye. Ray! Hey, Penny! Sorry, we were just... It doesn't matter. What can we do for you?
Ray, love, it's our turn to do something for you.
Okay, so next time we do have the quest V, which is for building a memorial for Dr. Vinderman. And we will be doing that next time because we have already used up all the time I have for today.